Salutations! I'm announcing a brand new weekly series on my channel called Custom Edition Map Showcase. Here, I'll have a show off a single level or a group of levels that have similar attributes that are significant to Halo Custom Edition. If you have suggestions that you'd like to share with me, write them down in the comment section below, and then the contestant with the most likes will be featured in the next episode. Links to the map will be available in the description for download. I also would like to thank everyone for over 100 subscribers. I never would have thought I'd reach such a high number so fast. I'm eternally grateful, and it's all thanks to you. I'm the Vengeful Vadim, and I welcome you to the very first episode of the Custom Edition Map Showcase. This week, I'm going to talk about two single-player maps that showcase a highly popular game mode within the Halo series. These are Firefight maps. Yes, for those who are unaware, Firefight is indeed a part of Custom Edition's repertoire, and it's shockingly how well executed some of these levels actually are. To kick things off, we'll be looking at Firefight Descent by Moose Guy and Pepsi. This level was designed from the ground up specifically for the Firefight game mode. Player choice is a key feature here, as it features loadouts, various weapon pickups, and switches that aid the player in eliminating the waves of Covenant forces. The map starts off with a cutscene that briefly explains the various features that are incorporated with the level, such as the switches mentioned earlier. One switch can call in a group of sentinels to aid you in killing off the Covenant, but there's a catch. They see you as a threat as well, so calling them in only turns the combat situation into a three-way battle. Having their support is worth it at times, however, since they can cause a brief distraction. Another switch, which is unlocked during round 2, calls in a fellow Spartan to assist you in combat. He has a lot of health, meaning he'll stick around for a long period of time, and even if he dies, he'll respawn throughout the rest of the session. If you don't want to give the Covenant any satisfaction regarding killing you at the end of the game, you can call for extraction and leave the area via Pelican. The match will stop here though. Lastly, if a round is proving to be too difficult, you can request a quarantine, which will call in a longsword airstrike that will drop a nuke on the entire battlefield, killing everyone in the vicinity, including yourself. Only use this when you have more than one life remaining, or if you decide to end the game with a literal bang. The player starts the game with 7 lives. 10 waves make up a single round, with a bonus wave appearing at the end of each round. During the bonus wave, lives aren't deducted with each death, so it doesn't matter if you die during this time. Once the bonus round is completed, the player will gain an extra life. If you use up all of your lives, or leave via Pelican extraction, the game will end, and you will see a rating on how well you did during the game. After every 5 waves, barricades will start spawning at various locations throughout the map. I highly recommend using the barricades that have the small rectangular opening, as they provide an optimal amount of cover while allowing you to fire through the opening relatively safely. They aren't hunter-proof, however. New to Combat Evolved are drones, and they're just as annoying to fight as their main game counterparts. They start appearing in small groups of 2 or so in the earlier rounds, but as the game progresses, more and more spawn in the same wave. It's a daunting task to have to swat these flies while also dealing with the ground troops. The best weapon to use against them are automatics like the SMG, since they're more likely to land hits. Enemies spawn in multiple different directions. They start off dropping from the battlecruiser hovering over the level, and will eventually come out of doors from the central building, as well as phantom dropships in the second wave. All at the same damn time. This will eventually lead to a huge clusterfuck of enemies that will attempt to overwhelm you with sheer numbers alone. As long as you utilize the supplies and switches the level provides, you should hold out for a long while. I was playing on Heroic at the time of recording the footage, and even that became difficult during the 3rd and 4th rounds. The level primarily uses the Halo 3 weapon tag set, with notable ODST weapons being the suppressed SMG and Magnum, but there are 2 new suppressed weapons in the form of the single-shot tactical battle rifle, which can fire as fast as you can pull the trigger and does high amount of damage to elites, and the suppressed assault rifle that has a 2x magnification scope and has a rate of fire that gradually increases when the trigger is held longer. One thing to note is that the tactical battle rifle has a very long reload animation. To remedy this, you could reload cancel by hitting the melee key at the precise moment in time when the magazine is inserted. Trust me, this will help you drastically. Available once per life, you also have access to a bubble shield, which can come in handy in a hairy situation where you need to recharge your shields, but you're nowhere near cover at the same time. Ammo and health can be found back at the base and replenishes after each wave. After every 2 waves, a random item will be rewarded to you in the center of the map, and it can range from health to active camo to any of the UNSC weapons. Heavy weapons such as the rocket launcher will be rewarded after every 10 waves. If you're lucky enough, a new weapon can be rolled during this time. The Gauss Sniper is a bolt-action rifle that shoots a Gauss cannon shot, and it's tremendously powerful and fun to use. It has a bit of projectile travel time, so you'll want to lead your shots from further distances. The bonus rounds I've been able to see during my sessions include a Gruntpocalypse section, where it's nothing but grunts armed with fuel rod cannons, a Jackal Supreme mode that caused me to invest in my very own safe space, and a Human Betrayal mode where the player faces off against opposing Spartans. I'm sure there are different variations of bonus rounds, but I've only been able to get past the 3rd round. Let me know what I missed, but for now, that's it for Firefight Descent. Next up for this map showcase is Firefight Portent. This is a modification of an existing multiplayer map of the same name. The author of the original version of Portent is E.J. Berg, with a Firefight modification done by Gamma927. Player choice is, once again, key for survival on this map, but it takes a vastly different approach compared to Descent. While you're still fighting increasingly difficult waves of Covenant forces, the way you prepare to fight for survival is accessing the pause menu for your weapons and utilities. Firefight Portent uses a currency system. After each wave of Covenant has been eliminated, you are awarded a certain amount of points depending on where you are in the match. Meaning waves 1 through 5 will award you 100 points, 6 through 10 will give you 200, and it keeps going in higher and higher the longer you hold out. You can see how many points you have accumulated at the bottom right corner of your screen. Using these points, you can exchange them for various utilities such as new weapons, ammo, health, barricades, and even teammates that will assist you in destroying the Covenant forces. Unlike Firefight Descent, you only have one life on Portent. One death and you'll have to restart all the way back to the first wave, and everything you have invested in will be gone. However, saving a checkpoint will mean you will revert back to that particular save point each time you die, but it costs 200 points, so micromanage your currency well and you should do just fine. Once again, Portent uses the Halo 3 weapon tag set. You start off with only the M6G Magnum, which is nice for picking off the initial waves of grunts that herald the beginning of this firefight session. While grunts are typically seen as pathetic, there's one aspect that makes them the top priority in an engagement. They're armed with firebomb grenades, and they will do severe damage to you if they take a direct impact on your body. Stay in cover and relatively out of sight and you'll be a-okay. As expected, each wave gets progressively tougher to beat, as more enemies are spawning with each different wave. After every 5th wave, you'll receive a free weapon. Being the 5th round gives you an SMG, the 10th gives you a battle rifle, the 15th gives you the shotgun, and the 20th gives you the sniper rifle. Every 10th wave is a boss battle, so prepare yourself. I highly recommend using the battle rifle if you want to stay alive. This weapon is way too good and it'll just sweep enemies effortlessly. Note that the ammo type you want to buy for it is the automatic weapon ammo drop. For some reason it doesn't resupply the SMG, but it'll replenish the battle rifle's ammo. Since ammo only costs 100 points, and you will burn through ammunition pretty quickly, resupply yourself after each wave. Sometimes you want to give yourself 2 ammo packs. You do not want to be on the ground floor at any point in the game. The grunts and elites that throw firebomb grenades are way too threatening. Stay on the upper platforms at all times, and only go down to the bottom to replenish ammo or health or pick up a new weapon or power up. That being said, it is a waste of points to invest in barricades because you only get overwhelmed by the enemies behind you. One tactic I like to practice is utilizing the fact that the bridge on top of the map is see-through, and the Covenant will attempt to shoot you through it. While their attention is fixed on the bridge, you can walk away from said bridge and start taking the enemies by surprise little by little. Just beware of the firebomb grenades. The only character that I bother buying is the Marine Sniper, as he is always positioned on the upper platforms. While he's still vulnerable to grenades, he's relatively out of sight from small arms fire. You can even use the sniper as a distraction to pick off the unaware Covenant troops trying to take him down. Being a sniper, he is capable of doing the most damage out of the 4 Marine options as well. Firefight Portent only comes with 24 waves in this version, but nonetheless, it takes a while to get there, especially if you die at any point. And that's it for this week. Once again, if you have map suggestions for me, leave them in the comments below and I'll pick the suggestion with the most likes. There will be weeks where I'll discover a map myself that I'll want to cover, but I'll let you guys know about those scenarios ahead of time. For now, I'd like to see your favorite maps. Remember to like me on Facebook for updates on my next videos. This is the Vengeful Vadim, and I'll see you on the great journey.